Hey guys, it's Joe, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a Supersaw synth lead in Sylenth. I've had a couple of requests about doing this because it's in a few videos of mine, and I'm going to show you how to make it, and it's this sound here. So it's really great for leads and can be quite good for pads too. I'm just going to run through the plugins that I've got on here first. We've got a bit of EQ, taking out a lot of that low end, we don't need it there. There's a compressor beneath that, we've got a 4:1 ratio on it, medium kind of attack, and then a medium release as well, with a bit of soft distortion too. I've got a stereo delay beneath that. It's pretty standard, to be honest. This is actually just synced together. They're left and right are the same, so this could be any old delay, but it's worth playing around with to build up some different layers and interesting rhythms. Then I've got a tape delay after that for a really quick kind of slapback sound. This is worth playing around with, but just see what suits your track, to be honest. Then I've got some reverb on a bus that I'm sending it to, and I'm sending quite a lot to it. I've made a new channel here to copy over all those settings, and then we're just going to go in and open up Sylenth, go into menu and into initialize preset so we can start from scratch, and now we can look at how to make it. For this, we're just going to be using saw waves. So on oscillator A1, we're going to put 8 saw voices on. We're going to go over to the volume and drop it to about 7.5 or so. Leave the phasing on 0. Increase the detune to about 4.5. Leave the stereo on 10 and leave the panning on 0. Now we'll go over to A2. We'll put 8 saw voices on again. We're going to leave the volume on full and put the octave up by 1. We'll leave the phase where it is, but we're going to put the detune up to about half or so, just under. Then we're going to leave the stereo and the pan where they are as well. Now we'll go to the ADSR envelope. We'll increase the attack just so it's on 0.1. We'll increase the decay a bit so it's on just under 3 or so. Now we're just going to drop the sustain so it's just below 9. And then bring the release up so it's around 2.5. Let's just have a quick listen to what it sounds like, then go on to part B. So we're getting there, but it's still missing quite a lot. Now on to part B. For this, we're going to put this 2 octaves up, and then use 5 saw voices on here. We'll drop the volume down to 5.6, so it's considerably quieter. Again, leave the phase on 0, and put the detune up to about 5.5 or so. And again, we'll leave the stereo and pan where they are. Now for the ADSR, we'll drop the attack right down to 0, increase the decay quite a lot to 6.2. Drop the sustain down quite a bit as well, down to just under 5. And then increase the release to about 1.7. And that is the bulk of it. We're not using any modulation envelopes or any filters. Let's just have a quick listen. We've got 3 oscillators playing 3 different octaves. So it still doesn't quite sound right, and a lot of tone and texture comes from the LFO down here. We're going to go into here and select ramp, and we're going to oscillate the pitch. We'll set the source to be pitch A, so it will be oscillating the pitch of oscillator A1 and A2. Now set the rate to 1/8T. This is the one that I quite like, but play around with a few as they can all sound quite cool. Then we'll give it a bit of gain at about 4. And we'll put the send at 0.8. We don't really want a lot of it. The next stage is crucial because it sounds dreadful without it. What we now do is we go on to MISC 1, select the source as key track, then send it to LFO rate 1, and we put the send all the way up. Lastly, turn retrig off on everything. You can also put portamento on, which is note slides, and I put that up to about 80. So it works really well for it. Have a play around with everything that I've spoken about by all means. Put the last oscillator on too, use some more saw waves, detune them, change the octave, play around with everything and really experiment and find a sound that works. The key part for this is sourcing it to the key track and then using it for the LFO rate. It gets that really thick sound, and it's really detrimental to creating this specific timbre. I also play it with a layer, so play around with that as well. It just gives it a little bit more character and uniqueness. I hope you found this video useful, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment or contact me via my website. Thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.